Shemai GTHMs, let's talk about discounts this week. So we have on Foreclosure Mazebank the auto shop, which is essential. Really, you get 10 car garage, you get auto shop missions, and you get discounts on your customizations, and it unlocks a lot of the things that are locked. If you have locked things with regards to customization, such as paint colors. Looking at Legendary Motorsport, we'll have a look at the old discount cars. They're all the LS tuners cars, but not all of them essentially. We do have some good cars for racing. So looking at the Cypher, that's a terrible car for racing. It's based on the M2, and I wouldn't recommend that one. But the Growler, on the other hand, I do recommend. It's a good car for racing, and on the test track, which is a short track, yeah, I get the fastest track times of all the tuners class. We're talking about a second above the Emperor. So the Growler also has some good customization, but most comparable to the Comet S2 based on the Porsche GT3. So out of the Growler and the Comet, the Growler is by far faster than the Comet, but it has slightly less customization. I'm talking the rubbish customization, I think, is what it's missing out on. So overall, the Growler is better than the Comet with regards to just being a car, really. Unfortunately, if you're a fan of the S2, slightly overrated S2 compared to the Growler. The Emperor, on the other hand, is one of the top three of the tuners class cars in regards to racing. So above it is the Sultan RS Classic, which is the best. It's the best, most reliable racer. It's fast lap times, and it is just super excellent. You need to put. I mean, unfortunately, it's not on discount this week, but the Vectra is. So this has slightly slower lap times, but the laps its corners a lot better. It's one of the best. It's probably the best cornering car of the tuners class. Decent customization as well. I mean, it's not a bad looking car. It's not as good looking as the Growler though. And for me, I got better lap times on the Growler, but this is rated as being higher with regards to racing. But I don't. For me, I don't think it kind of is really. But and the Coleco as well is just below it. Comet S2 is basically the same as the Growler, isn't it? But with better customization and slower lap times. Dinka Jester RR. I mean, it's all right. It's not the fastest. You could get third place in a race on that. It's all right. But it's based on the Toyota Supra, but it's not as good as the Coleco, which is based on the what's the other one? The Coleco, because of the Celica, Toyota Celica. The reason why the Celica is better is because the GT3, which is a faster car, it's a rally car. So yeah, not. It looks great though. There's some good customization on this. If you like the Toyota Supra and you like the look of it, by all means, knock yourself out. Great price as well, 800 grand. Anis ZR350 on the other hand is a different beast to all of these. It's the only one with a Princess Robot Bubblegum livery, so therefore it's a recommended car for that reason, for customization. It drives nicely, but it's not going to win you any races. You're probably going to get fifth place, aren't you, with the prize ride. Euros, the Anis Euros. So this is kind of a nothing car to me. I don't know. It's based on was it the Nissan ZR300? I can't remember the name, but yeah, you can make a nice build, but it's not going to win any races. I need to look at my spreadsheet and scroll mega low down. Oh, where are you, Euros? It's right down at the bottom somewhere. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's not brilliant basically. Okay, so let's go back to Southern San Andreas to see our final car, which is oh no, we don't. We have the Karin Futo Gtx. Now this would be an excellent car that I would recommend to you, but it's terrible for every reason. It's known as a drift car, but I think the standard Futo is a better drift car. It's free, the standard Futo, or 9 grand, and it's a better car than this because it drives better. I think it drifts better. I mean, this one is more drifty, as in the tyres are more slippy, but that means it wheel spins off the line. You can't get around corners. It's a nightmare. It drives it like a nightmare. I'm sure people who know how to drive it can really drift like hell and will say awesome, but I'm not really into drifting. The main thing I'm looking for from this is that it has an excellent Princess Robot Bubblegum livery. but it's behind a paywall. You need to be level 137 of tuners. I think I'm level 100 and odd, so not enough. So for that reason, it's a no for me. I cannot recommend it whatsoever, unless you have the robot bubblegum livery. Carrying Coleco Gtf. This was the most overrated car in the entire game, because they say it's the best tuners class racer, absolute best, beats everything else hands down. And yeah, okay, all tuners class has been nerfed and all that, but we're comparing tuners to tuners here. And yes, it's still a fast car. It's still fast around the corners and all that. But it takes some nursing. So it's got a lot of understeer, a lot of understeer. A very difficult car to win races with. I found you need to learn how to drive it basically, which I don't have the patience for, but I've learned a bit now. If you have patience and a lot of patience, then buy it. It's still in the top three of tuners class racers, so for that reason you might want to buy it. The Emperor is above it by half a second in lap time, and the Sultan is above both of those cars, so that's the one you want to get for racing. But the Emperor overall is probably the one you want to get for solid racing. But I would get the Growler, and this. The reason why I would buy this actually, I would still buy it because it's got the most awesome sounding engine out of all the cars. Actually, that's not right. The Sultan RS has a similar kind of sounding engine. They are both excellent cars, but the Sultan is better lap time for. So I would buy the Sultan. But this is also based on the GT3, the rally car. So that is a classic rally car. So you want to buy this for that reason as well. So of all the cars this week, I'd say either the Growler or the Carrying Coleco GTF. And this one is for fun, really. The Growler is for looks and for driving. Anyway, that's your lot for this week, discount wise. And give me your comments on what you think the best discount is this week. And I've told you what I think the best discount is this week. I may be right, I may be wrong. But yeah, it could go either way, eh? Anyway, if you found that useful, do what you do. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day.